All right. Good morning, tribe, and welcome to the donut shop at the beginning of the world. And I don't know what that flickering is. All right. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting to you live from the entryway, but I may change that. I think what's going on is the computer is trying to figure out the right lighting, and it keeps going too light, too dark, too light, too dark, too light, too dark, and it's going to cause epilepsy. I wonder if there's a way of changing. Oh, that seems to work. Okay. I just had to move it. Whoop, is it doing it? Okay. Hey, good morning, Alan. Good morning, Michelle. So here we are, Tuesday. I like Tuesday. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday at our house. Well, Monday is pizza night. And then Tuesday is taco night. And then Wednesday is let's find something to eat night. And Thursday is scrounge. And then Friday is like family. Hey, good morning, Catherine. Is it a beautiful sunrise outside? I don't know. It was pouring here, so I am inside. Hey, S. Hey, King's Queen. Hey, Bernice. Good morning, all. So, like I said, I'm here in the entryway of the house. Let me just adjust that some there. Ooh, hey, there we go. I am Queen Amidala from Naboo. No, sorry. Hey, good morning, Carmen. Good morning, Kimberly. Hey, Jackie, where is your donut? That's between you and your family members. Hey, good morning, Dan. Jennifer, good morning. All right, coffee. Hey, Sherry. So today, what am I doing today? What am I doing today is I'm updating different, mainly probably the Foraging Texas website to incorporate more of the Medicine Man information on it. So that'll be good. It's beautiful because it's raining, Jennifer. This is true. I'm really excited about the mushrooms that are going to pop up. This weekend is like the only weekend where I'm not teaching or doing family stuff or otherwise, giving my life to others. And so I'm trying to figure out just what I'm going to do. Oh, good morning. Hi. Okay, so some mornings are better than others. Hey, Nick. Yeah, so it's kind of wet and kind of rainy here, but so be it. Like I said, we need it. Yeah, it's the Queen of. I guess this could maybe be Egyptian or something like that. I don't know. People are saying good morning to you. Let me show you the look I'm getting right now. Apparently, she was not ready to come in and find you all sitting here in our entryway. Sorry, love you. She had to run the younger one into school earlier. There was like a geometry test, and she went in early to get extra help. Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Sherry. Yeah. Oh, so speaking of Queen Amidala and Star Wars, second season of The Mandalorian is out. Excited about that. Hopefully, it's as good as the first one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, speaking of mushrooms, I canned mushrooms yesterday. Was curious if it had been sunny and I had set them out. Would they hold their vitamin D when canned, or would it still be limited? So yeah, so if you set the mushrooms, like your white button and a lot of other mushrooms, out in the sun, they develop vitamin D. To maximize the amount of vitamin D they are capable of making, it's actually recommended you chop them up into bits so you can increase the surface area, because all the surface area will form vitamin D. So chop them up into yay-sized bits. And then lay them out in the sun. You want to, if you're just using sunlight, you need about 14 hours of sunlight, of full sunlight. So if I had, 4 more fingers, 14 hours of sunlight. Usually it takes 2 days. So you put them out in the sun. Then at night, you just cover them to protect them. And then in the morning, you open them up to the sun again. Once you do that, then if you like hot can them or do something to stop the enzymatic action inside the mushrooms that would then break down the vitamin D. Once they're taken back in the dark, the vitamin D will remain. So you basically leave them out in the sunlight for 14 hours and then take them in and, I guess, can them really quick and heat them really up. You have about 48 hours before the vitamin D drops back down to the original level if you don't, damage the enzymes that break up the vitamin D. So by cooking, like frying an egg, you're denaturing the enzymes, but you're not hurting the vitamin D. Vitamin D is pretty temperature stable. So yeah, in the canning process, can them right away, like within the first, 4 or 5 hours, really, ideally, and you will have a huge amount of vitamin D in them. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Okay. Ooh, up in Dallas, Nicole, it's been raining down here in Houston too since like about noon. Getting some minor street flooding, nothing too bad. Yep, that is definitely her response to mornings in general, really. See, normally she doesn't get up until, after everyone leaves. And so getting up and then having to drive to school and back in stormy weather and all that just makes her, yeah. Maybe I'll make her breakfast. I need to figure out what to make her for breakfast. See, I only hand him a morning person. But, yep. I guess when you kind of have access to a dairy farm where you're expected to do dairy farm type activities, you learn to be a morning person. And also if your dad is a duck hunter. Ooh, okay. Carrie, besides a rattlesnake, what else might hiss for a long time under my house after dark and make the dog goes nuts? I would think like an opossum or a raccoon or any of the rodentia type creatures, especially ones that don't like the dogs. In fact, I would probably think it's more likely to be something like a possum. I don't know. Then again, do you have possum out there? I would assume you have possum out where you're at there, Gary. Oh, I hadn't thought about an armadillo. That's a good one, Kimberly. Hey, good morning, Cynthia. Oh, cool. So Dan Dub, shout out to all those who bought tea from us. Thanks for letting me talk about it here. Oh, you're welcome. In fact, go ahead and throw a post up again for the new people. Always willing to share nature. Let's see, Kimberly, we have a dillo in our yard and can coax it out so his chilling and we can coax it out so his chilling under our house. Okay. April, I figured out that though I'm awake in the mornings, whatever hormone or brain chemicals responsible for my awakenings also makes me more easily annoyed. So I like mornings, I like them alone. Yeah, that's understandable. It sounds probably like there's a slight, your body is catching up on the serotonin amount. Hey, good morning, Gibberlin. Sherry, the second season of The Mandalorian is out, so much excitement to be had there. Whoops. All right. Hey, good morning, Deanna. Gary, would prefer possum over rattlesnake. That I believe. Dog woke me up barking hysterically. Whatever was under the house hissed for a long time. Scary because I couldn't say anything. About 10:30 p.m. Yeah. Let's just assume it's a possum. Hey, good morning, Kathleen. How are you today? Got your love and the humidity, huh? All right. Hey, good morning, Donna. Good morning, Catherine. Oh, let's see. Tara, question about elderberries. We have been drying them out in the sun and storing them. Since the lack of high temperatures and sun, what is a better way of storing them? Okay, so with elderberry berries, assuming they're dry, and if you want, in the case of elderberry berries, you can put them in a dehydrator. You can dry them in the oven at a low temperature. Once they're dry, go ahead and just throw them in a glass jar and seal it and keep it in a cool, dark spot, and you'll be okay. Since the lack of high, let me make sure I answered your question. Since the lack of high temperatures and sun, what is a better way to store them? Yeah, so like I said, the temperature, like the oven on low is not going to damage any of the chemical compounds in the elderberries. So just drying them out there. And once they're dry, they'll be stable for a long time, for at least a year. Oh, okay. I forgot to put coffee in my coffee. I only put creamer. Okay, it sounds like one of the coffees my girls would drink. It's basically a milkshake with a hint of coffee in it. Hey, good morning, Denver. All right, and again, for those looking for some good tea, check out Dan, tribe member Dan's whisperingspiritmanor.com. Check it out. I decided as much tea as I drink, I still like coffee better. I'm going to leave that up until I find another thing here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, King's Queen. The other day, I posted pics of a log of wood ears mushrooms I have in my garden. They're too beautiful for me to pick. I was worried if I pick them, none will grow back. Okay, you don't have to worry. So the ear part, the part you see growing above the wood, that is like the fruit of the mushroom. A majority of the mushroom is actually the mycelium running through the wood and decomposing the wood. So what happens is this mycelium is in there. That's the main part of the mushroom, just going along. And then when it notices the temperatures outside and the humidity right, they start growing the ears. And then those ears stop dropping the spores to reproduce. And then eventually they shrivel up. And even when they're dried and shriveled up, you can still harvest them because when you put them in hot water, they'll expand again into those ears. But by harvesting them, you're not reducing the chance of the woods ear coming back because a majority of the mushroom is still dispersed through the wood. So like I said, the wood ears that come up, those are just the fruit. They appear, their purpose is to drop the spores and then they go away again. A majority of the mushroom is still in the wood. Let's see. Sure. Let's see. I'm excited for the new season of Call the Midwife. It is my equivalent to the Mandalorian joy. Cool. It's good to have something joyous about. I don't know the show. I've seen it mentioned, but I have no idea what it's about. Good morning, Darlene. So armadillo don't hiss. Sometimes they grunt. Okay. So probably not an armadillo under your house then, or Carrie's house. That makes sense. Hey, good morning, Aaron. How are you today? Let's see. Good morning, Dawn. Hey, Holly. Holly's asking, everyone's safe and dry this morning? I'm assuming so. If any tribe members are having problems, let us know. Hey, Yvonne. Good morning. Whoops. I really need something, like a mouse or something. April, I love coffee so much I want to buy decaf so I can drink it all day long and not be over caffeinated. There's so much thing as overcaffeinated. Really, really, you can't overcaffeinate. There's no such thing as overcaffeinated. Trust me, you can't overcaffeinate. Science. Safe, not dry. Kind of the story of Texas. Hey, good morning, Johnny. That was a beautiful visual representation of Whittier mushroom. Yeah, well, see, I have two daughters that have been in dance for, combined of like 50 years now. And so I picked up a few things. Maybe not 50 years, but yeah. Yep. So you can pick them to your heart's content. Use a sharp knife, cut them. Don't pull them off the wood, because when you do that, if you pull it off the wood, you'll see like these stringy things there. That's the mycelium. You want to leave that alone. So sharp knife or scissors, snip them at the base. So leave like just a little bit of the ear still attached to the wood. Good morning, Bonnie. How are you today? Let's see. Dan, I wish I knew more about mushrooms. They're worth learning about. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, good news for the tribe. Aaron says, wife just had a baby Saturday, so I'm pretty good. Just playing babysitter and chef while she recovers. So not your first then, I take it? But congratulations. That's how old are your kids? It's exciting. I keep looking at the calendar, and I got a senior and a freshman in high school, and thinking, wow, my they're going to be gone soon, and that just makes me sad. Hey, good morning, Robert. Good morning, Heather. Yep. Oh, for those of you who want to learn mushrooms up in the Austin area, what is it, the Mycological Society or something like that? If you Google Austin, Texas mushroom classes, yeah, there's a group up there that does it. They teach classes. They teach you how to raise mushrooms, how to identify mushrooms. It's a big mushroom group. I wish there was one down in the Houston area. Apparently there used to be one a long time ago, but it just kind of fell apart. Lots of people are sending you congratulations, Aaron. Oh, cool. All right. Well, this is number 7, and they range from age 16 to newborn. Awesome. Yeah, we wanted a big family, but life got in the way. Well, biology got in the way. But 7 is awesome. When I grew up, that was like, pretty common. I remember the Robicks, there were 15 kids there. They were a fun family. I don't know, Francis. I doubt Francis Robick, my classmate, one of the 15, is watching. Occasionally he has. But when I go up to Minnesota, his mom and my folks are good friends. And so usually we'll hang out together at the donut shop there in Minnesota together. Denver. I went to the farmer's market yesterday with Deanna and the kids. Lily climbed the Mexican plum tree and filled her shirt. Hid them from her siblings when she got home. Maybe she's discovering how to make prunes. That's funny. I wonder if, were they ripe yet? Did you taste any? We're getting close, but even ripe, the Mexican plums are still generally kind of tart. Your baby is 26. I'm dreading that when mine are. I guess that's about, well, I don't know if that's about the time they'll be getting married. We'll see. All right, yeah. 7 kids. That's why foraging is so important. Cuts down on the grocery bills. Definitely. Glad to be of service there, friend. But, yep. Of course, you can also put them to work, too. Hey, good morning, Melanie. Ooh. Hey, tribe, shout out for Yvonne. She has a big interview today at 9 a.m. Would appreciate your prayers and good thoughts. We are with you. There is a whole tribe of people that love you, and they will be behind you and thinking good thoughts at starting now and going on past 9. So definitely, definitely, definitely. You can put us down on your resume, the donut shop at the beginning of the world as one of your references, and go with that. Okay, cool. But remember, she ate a bunch of the Mexican plums and said they were good. Okay. I will admit, I wonder if she's like the sort of kid that likes the Sour Patch and atomic, sour, nuclear, sour stuff. I don't know. Wow, oldest is 31. Denver said she left the wine flavored ones in the tree. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, Melanie. Facebook won't let me switch back to the old Facebook anymore. This new Facebook sucks. Yep, but give it 2 years and they'll completely redo it again. There you go. Sending prayers for a good interview and loads of money. And a whole bunch of grandmas in this group. So, okay, I don't know if I'm giving away too much information, but at least on Facebook, I can see the demographics of my fan base. And for a long, long, long time, the biggest percentage of fans were basically women 65 to 75. I'm cute to them. So, but it has been progressively shifting younger and younger. So I'm used to, hanging out with the grandmas. Love them. Hey, Bonnie. Yep. I'm not ready for grandkids yet, but Oh, wow, Dan, 11 grandkids. That's awesome. I gotta tell you, the difference in my parents between raising us, me and my two brothers, and how they treat the grandkids is totally amazing. We go home now and there is a whole cupboard filled with sweet cereals and all these things we never had when we were growing up. That's okay. They just want to pinch my cheeks. They like my dimples. I don't know if those are dimples or wrinkles. We're going to call those dimples, right? Right? Let's all agree these are dimples, not wrinkles. Okay. Hey, good morning, Charles. Ooh, April, I have 3 grandmas and still have one left. I miss her. She lives in New York. Is she upstate or in the city or off in Western New York? It's beautiful up there. Wow. Okay. I have great grandnieces. Does that count? Sure, it counts. We'll make you an honorary grandmother, Kathleen. So yeah, so what do I have? I have 9 nephews. 9 nephews, and the first one got married 2 weeks ago. So that's kind of weird to see that, one of my nephews, one of my, brother's kids is married already. Great wife, great kids though. I love my nephews. They all turned out really awesome. You and I have gotten old together, Mark. You taught my kids foraging at Jesse Jones when they were all under 10. Oldest of 5 is now. Okay, you didn't have to say this. You didn't have to remind me. But I remember talking butterflies with you up there. No, when I wake up in the morning, I just can't get started until I've had that first piping hot pot of coffee. Oh, I've tried other enemas. Yep, Emo Phillips. I like because some mornings it's just not worth chewing through the straps. My house has 8 candy dishes, always filled for my grands and neighbors' children who pride themselves on my grands. I suspect they come to visit fam, but they stay for the candy. Yeah, that's another thing. So after we moved out, suddenly I come home and sitting on the dishwasher is a jar of licorice, the Twizzlers licorice. And this showed up, oh man, yeah, about 20 years ago. And then, I thought the first time I saw, well, that's interesting. But then for the next 20 years, there was always a jar of licorice, and Mom always made sure to refill it. And now the last time I was there wasn't licorice in it, so I need to slip one of the Neffs some money to refill it. Yeah, I dread mine leaving the nest. Thankfully, my 11-year-old said she was going to live in our basement. I'm good. You have a basement? Cool. I want a basement. I need a basement. I like basements. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if Mini Weather is going to leave. Right now, the plan, so she's a senior this year, so we're thinking now she's going to attend 2 years community college, one of the community colleges around here, and then transfer into one of the bigger schools. Yep, Nick, I remember those days. I remember when I used to be the youngest person at work, and everyone looked really old. They were like in their 40s and late 40s and early 50s. And yeah, you have a grand adventure ahead of you, Nick. No basements. Yeah, right now, today would definitely be a bad day for a basement in Houston. Unless there was no electricity in there and you had some sort of water purification thing that you could just turn it into a big underground swimming pool. Yep, Catherine, exactly. The basement in Houston, a below ground pool, you mean? That would be kind of cool, though. Oh, well. Oops, there was someone up there. Yeah, it seems like it's fallen. The rain. What was it, Sally or whatever? Where we didn't get anything. I think we're finally getting it now, which is necessary. I need to go out and check my fig tree to see how it's doing. Hopefully, it survived the dry area. Ooh, here we go. I like the way you think, April. Yeah, have a basement full of piranha. Could be handy. Just saying. I guess piranha don't eat bones, though. I guess you give the bones to the pigs. Ouch. I can only imagine. So, King Swing, my baby boy came over for lunch yesterday. He's 32 years old, shaking my head. I'm old. I sometimes wonder about my parents, what it's like to have kids that are now all over the age of 50. And it just means they're old. I haven't seen it. Dad, Mom, are you here this morning? Love you if you are. Well, love you if you aren't either. So, I was thinking about the piranha tank and the census takers, and wasn't going to say anything. But hey, I will say, I don't know. When I was in Minnesota, did I show you pictures of the basement? I liked our basement. I spent a lot of time down in the basement. Yep, it's still there. The oxalis, the wood sorrel that her grandmother gave her when she was like 10, maybe even younger, still there. Well, yeah, Bond villain much. Of course. Where's the fun in life if you're not occasionally a Bond villain? Actually, I'm going to be more of an Austin Powers villain. That's what I want to be. They're a lot more entertaining. Hey, Surrender. Welcome to the today's tribe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not old, just experienced. Way too experienced. Terry, yeah, kids over 50, you'll find out soon enough. I know I will. That's one thing that I've always been shocked is how quickly life goes by. If you've never seen the play Our Town, and this is for the entire tribe, if you've never seen the play Our Town, watch it. It is horribly depressing, but it is horribly truthful in how quickly life goes screaming by. I remember our neighbor, Dave Maldonado, was in it, and he got us tickets to it. And I always thought it was like some dopey high school play. And Mrs. Weather and I went and attended it. And afterwards, I was just about in tears. And I said, "That's exactly how life is. That's how I've always seen life, just flying by in a blink of an eye." And it kind of terrifies me. But yeah, see it, and then you'll kind of get a look into my brain. Not that I wrote the play, obviously, or anything like that, but it really shows you how quickly it goes by. I gotta say, Johnny, your kids are pretty cool, so that helps. I hope my kids are cool too. I suspect they will be. Ooh, this is interesting. Piranhas are good to eat. When I lived in Brazil, we would fish for them with bits of steak. Okay, let me just stop here a second, Nicole. If you have steak, why are you going after fish? I would think eat the fish and use some other thing to catch the piranha. Just thinking out loud here. Hey, Amy. Good morning. If you hear me giggling, it's because Melanie said something. So, "Don't test me, Clarice. A census taker tested me once. I ate his kidneys with fava beans and a nice Chianti." You know, I remember my 5th grade teacher talking about the year 2000. That seemed so far away. I didn't think I'd live to that year. I'd be so old. And here we are with it far in the rearview mirror. Let's see. I live on the river, no basement piranha needed. I gotta say, here in at least the Houston area and so forth, if you're out along the more wild areas, there's plenty of pigs. They're like land piranhas. I will say, Denver, so basements in Texas are harsh. We keep the humidifiers humming. Even in Minnesota, we needed the humidifier, or sorry, the dehumidifier. Wait, are you humidifying or dehumidifying? In Minnesota, we had to constantly be sucking the moisture out of the air. Liver, not kidneys. The sweet meats. Okay, so skirt steak cutoffs. I guess that's okay. Ooh, speaking of liver, it's time for the group take. Yay! Starting with the liver pill. Don't. Focus. If I hide my face, maybe it'll. No, it doesn't want to focus. Got my 4 liver pills. Boom, boom, boom. Liver. So, just a reminder, these aren't liver. They contain the burdock root and the milk thistle that help maintain proper liver functioning and overall general liver health. So, okay. Yeah, Denver, dehumidifiers. That makes more sense. The brain pill. Dun, dun, dun. Because having a supercharged brain is necessary in these days. Hey, it looks like the sun's trying to come up. No, it's not. So again, not desiccated brains. They have the lion's mane mushroom, the sage, and the ginkgo leaf to help stimulate and empower the brain. Wrong pipe. Coffee, not the capsule. And finally, the most important one now, the immune pill. Dun, dun, dun. And this one, as much as the others smell really good, I like the elderberry in the immune pill. I like the flavor and the smell. Like I said, you don't normally chew them up, but when I first got them, I wanted to just, get the full experience. There's a good question here. Okay. King's Queen. Okay, what are your thoughts on planting turmeric next to asparagus? I planted some around my pecan tree, but I also have asparagus next to them. So I do not like planting tuberous plants where I have to dig up the tubers around plants, perennials, where the roots are there year after year after year. So I would not do that. I would have them in separate spots. The asparagus, one of the nice things about the asparagus is it can handle some shade, whereas the turmeric does best in full sun. So really, you want to separate them. Now, if you had things like Jerusalem artichokes or sweet potatoes or something else where you dig up the whole thing and get all the tubers out, there would be fine. But asparagus, because it takes so long for those roots to grow, and you don't want to damage or do anything to the roots that could slow down their growth and damage their health, I would not put the turmeric by the asparagus. Oh man, yes, Denver. Are there any benefits to capsaicin or really hot peppers? Yes. Do I have some here? No, I don't have some. Okay, so in the plants, the capsaicin is antifungal, and so it works that way. It helps dilate the blood vessels. So when you eat a hot pepper, your blood vessels expand. That's why you kind of get red faced and everything. So you get more blood flowing through. So it helps stimulate the blood and bring oxygen to the muscles and remove waste products. So the capsaicin, it helps for workouts. It helps with the endurance. And then the cream, it's used a lot in kind of chronic pain type issues, because if you have a capsaicin cream and you rub it on like a sore back or something, it basically hyperstimulates the nerves for a bit, drains them of the transmitter that they use to signal pain, and so then the pain goes away. So if you just want to eat the hot peppers, the benefit there, eat it before working out, and you will have improved endurance and strength. It's actually, oh, wait, I have some more. There's not much left, but in my power seasoning blend, I put this on my egg every morning, and it's a mixture of the cayenne pepper and the turmeric and black pepper. So yeah, it's really good stuff. Ooh, okay. What time is it? Okay. Are the ornamental sweet potato vine leaves edible or just the roots? The leaves and the stems and the tubers are all edible with the ornamental sweet potatoes. There's so much food out there right now, and they're very, very nutritious. The purple ones have a highest concentration of vitamins and minerals in the leaves. You do need to cook them. And then the green leaves, and then of course the tubers are starch calories. So yeah, the sweet potatoes are an awesome edible plant, edible landscaping plant. So yeah, the leaves, the stems, pretty much all parts of it are edible. As I pour on my Reaper sauce, you are a better person than I am. I go heat, but I don't go super, super, super hot. You are absolutely correct. So Google PubMed and capsaicin and say goodbye to your afternoon. There is tons of scientific research on it because it really is an amazing thing there. All right, 7:58. Oh, and capsaicin is also a natural chicken warmer. Cool. I'm assuming you did. It was like autocorrect wrote captain rather than capsium. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it all right to put the power mix in water? That's what I've also been doing throughout the day. Yeah. So the capsium, go ahead and put it in water. I used to put it in my coffee. Um, and then it kind of made the rest of the house's eyes water because some of the, would volatilize. But yeah, water is fine. Mix it in with your water is a good way of doing it. Ooh, this sounds amazing. Amy, cayenne, burdock, I can never say that word, ashwagandha, turmeric soup makes my back pain away very effectively. Takes my back pain away very effectively. Ooh, that would make a good cream soup. Mmm. And yes, Nicole, the sweet potato leaves, treat them like a spinach. So cooked spinach. Oh man, Melanie made your own buffalo wings last night in the air fryer. I've heard so many good things about the air fryer. I know my wife and I, we've been going back and forth between an Instapot and an air fryer, and I just keep thinking the air fryer is the way to go. Okay, it is 8 o'clock, tribe. Don't forget, at 9 o'clock, Paula has an interview, so we'll send good vibrations to her. If you want tea, jump back up to Dan Dubb's link there for whisperingspirit something.com. But definitely, tribe, again, just a great morning. I mean, it's stormy, but that's sometimes the best time to have a tribe when the world outside is kind of scary and kind of iffy. At least we're here. All right. So on that, finish your coffee and let's go out and do awesome things. All right. Love to you all. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Take care.